Policies. In IT governance, policies serve as the backbone, guiding an organization's operations and ensuring compliance with regulations. They provide a framework for consistent decision-making and behavior. In this lesson, we are going to cover several key IT policies, including acceptable use policies, information security policies, business continuity, disaster recovery, incident response, software development lifecycle or SDLC, and change management. First up, acceptable use policy. An acceptable use policy, or an AUP, is a document that outlines the do's and don'ts for users when interacting with an organization's IT systems and resources. It sets boundaries for appropriate use, aiming to protect the organization from legal issues and security threats. For example, an AUP might prohibit users from visiting potentially dangerous websites, downloading unauthorized software, or using company resources for personal gain. By clearly defining what is considered acceptable, an AUP helps maintain a safe and productive IT environment. Next, information security policies. Information security policies are the cornerstone of an organization's security posture. They outline how an organization protects its information assets from threats, both internal and external. These policies cover a range of areas, including data classification, access control, encryption, and physical security. For instance, an information security policy might specify that sensitive data must be encrypted both in transit and at rest, and only authorized personnel should have access to it. These policies are essential for maintaining the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of an organization's data. Business continuity is all about ensuring that an organization can continue its operations even in the face of disruption or disaster. A business continuity policy focuses on how an organization will continue its critical operations during and after a disruption, outlines the steps to be taken to ensure minimal interruption to services and to recover as quickly as possible. This might include strategies for dealing with power outages, hardware failures, or natural disasters. By planning for business continuity, organizations can mitigate the impact of disruptions and ensure their survival. Next up, disaster recovery. Closely related to business continuity, disaster recovery focuses specifically on how an organization will recover its IT systems and data after a disaster. A disaster recovery policy outlines the steps for data backup and restoration, hardware and software recovery, and alternative processing locations. For example, it might specify that data should be regularly backed up to a secure, off-site location and tested regularly to ensure it can be restored if needed. Incident response. An incident response policy is a plan for handling security incidents. It includes steps for detecting, reporting, assessing, responding to, and learning from security incidents. For example, might specify who should be notified in the event of a data breach, how the breach should be contained and investigated, and how to prevent similar incidents in the future. By having a well-defined incident response policy, organizations can respond to incidents quickly and effectively, minimizing damage and downtime. The software development lifecycle. An SDLC policy guides how software is developed within an organization. It covers all stages of software development, from initial requirements, gathering, to design, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance. The policy might also include standards for secure coding practices, code reviews, and software testing. By following an SDLC policy, organizations can ensure that their software is high quality, secure, and meets the needs for users. Finally, change management. A change management policy governs how changes to IT systems and processes are handled. It aims to ensure that changes are implemented in a controlled and coordinated manner, minimizing the risk of disruptions. This might involve procedures for requesting, approving, implementing, and reviewing changes. By managing changes effectively, organizations can ensure that their IT systems remain stable, reliable, and secure. So remember, an AUP policy is a policy that outlines the acceptable ways in which an organization's IT systems and resources can be used. A business continuity policy is a plan that outlines how an organization will continue its critical operations during and after disruption of a service. A change management policy governs how changes to IT systems and processes are handled within an organization. By understanding and implementing these policies, organizations can ensure they are operating securely, efficiently, and in compliance with relevant laws and regulations.